What is up, YouTube? It's your girl Evelyn, and today I will be recapping the first 5 episodes of the L Word Gen Q Season 2. So sit back, enjoy the video, and as always, there will be spoilers, so proceed with caution. At the start of Season 2, our girl Tina is happily engaged to Carrie, a witty, kind, and self-deprecating woman who always puts Tina first. You know, the opposite of Bette. Tina and Carrie are happily planning a summer wedding, but Bette is struggling to cope because despite being beautiful, rich, and successful, Bette's convinced she's going to die alone.
I mean, Tina has Carrie, and she makes her laugh, she's all jokey, and I have, oh yeah, that's right, I have no one.
So Alice fixes her up with Gigi. You guys remember Gigi from Alice's throuple?
It's a stupid idea!
Despite dating for the next 5 episodes, Bette doesn't seem to care about Gigi very much. In fact, it feels like she's using Gigi as a placeholder, either for Tina or for this chick.
Who the heck are you?
Pippa is a reclusive artist Bette's been low-key obsessed with for years, apparently. And Bette's fancy new art job has given her an excuse to finally get close to Pippa. And it seems like Bette wants to get even closer.
Please. Please. Don't touch me like this. Unless you're coming home with me.
Oh.
Meanwhile, someone let Angie watch The Kids Are Alright, and now she wants to meet her donor. But Bette's like,
Hell no. No.
Angie takes one of those 23andMe tests behind Bette's back and matches with a girl who turns out to be her half-sister. Long story short, Angie's donor daddy is dying and needs a kidney transplant, and Angie wants to give him one of hers. The whole thing culminates in an explosive family therapy session, and by the end of episode 5, Carrie and Tina are fighting. But Bette and Tina have come together for Angie's sake.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure? Come on, let it go. Just let...
Everyone's favorite love triangle is still a love triangle? Sophie decided to keep mum about her affair with Finley, and she would have gotten away with it too, if it wasn't for that pesky Finley.
Oh boy, I love you.
Oh.
A heartbroken Danny calls off the wedding and dumps Sophie.
You're fucking disgusting.
She also punches Finley.
You got knocked the out!
Afterward, things are a bit tense between Finley and Sophie, but eventually they rekindle their friendship, and Sophie finally realizes what we've all known since season 1. She and Danny were the one. Sophie even asks Finley out on a friend date that's really a date. Meanwhile, Danny strikes up a friendship with Gigi because this show is messy.
You should have run for office, not Bette. I'm sorry, I don't mean to. Baba, don't apologize to me. I'm fine with it.
And even though Gigi is dating Bette, she's also still Gigi.
Are you hitting on me?
No. Yes, I am.
But unfortunately, poor Danny just can't catch a break, and her father, Daddy Warbucks, gets arrested for something. Fraud, maybe?
I need you to just step back.
By this point, Danny's super vulnerable, and she hooks up with Sophie, at the same time that Sophie is supposed to be on her friend date with Finley.
I'm up in Ojai. Just trying to get some inspiration.
Not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Which of course causes Finley to spiral and relapse and hook up with a rando. I don't know if the show wants us to hate Sophie this season, but it sure seems like it.
No, don't like that.
I don't love you now.
Alice finally dumps Nat. If you watched my season 1 recaps, then you know I was never a fan of Nat. Turns out that despite declaring her love for Alice and only Alice on national television and in front of Roxane Gay, Nat just can't give up that poly lifestyle.
I love you, Alice. You deserve someone who can do this with you.
The rest of Alice's storyline involves her working on her memoir with Tom, her book editor. The two of them have a nice little BoJack Diane situation going on that's honestly adorable, and I wouldn't be mad if Alice and Tom ended up dating.
I found a love for...
So I knew the whole Jose has a husband cliffhanger would end up being anticlimactic, but I had no idea it would be this anticlimactic.
You have a husband. That's messed up.
I know, but it's complicated.
I'm dumping you.
That's fair.
What kind of shit is...
In the aftermath of the Danny, Sophie, Finley wedding debacle, Micah realizes that all of his friends are Danny, Sophie, and Finley. So he starts hanging out with Sophie's sister Maribel.
You're a Saint and a martyr.
You're a pain in the ass, all right? Eat the pizza I brought.
They give each other advice, they go on double dates together, they text each other about how their dates suck, and then one buys the other one a pony, and they go on a romantic sunset ride together. Shane and Tess are officially besties this season, and by besties, I mean they're going to f***. Despite everyone else on the show having more money than God, Shane and Tess are struggling financially. Shane's divorce with Kiara is bleeding her dry, and Tess can't afford her sick mother's rising nursing care costs. So she gets a second job as a dealer at Lena Waithe's underground lesbian poker game. Unfortunately, Tess makes the mistake of inviting Shane, who gets a little too cozy with Lena's lady, and long story short, they get kicked out of the game.
I swear to God, I had no idea that was her wife. I know. I swear to you.
So Shane starts her own poker game, and it's a hit.
Right. Thank you. Everyone have what they need?
Yes. This is such a great idea. You should do this often.
That's the plan.
But it's still not enough money for Tess to take care of her mother. So with Shane's blessing, Tess starts taking a rake. And if you want to know more about what the hell that means and what could happen if you get caught taking a rake in a private poker game, I highly recommend the movie Molly's Game. It's my favorite Jessica Chastain performance, and it does a great job of breaking down what will probably happen to Shane and Tess this season. Let's just say we might get that prison spinoff after all. Oh, and I almost forgot.
I'm impressed. Shane, you're all grown up.
Sherry Jaffe is back, and she's dating Tess while trying to hook up with Shane. That is it for the recap. As always, thank you so much for watching, and make sure to let me know, what do you think about the new season?